Dan Abern out in Costa Mesa, California, just saw Maryland win 11-7 over the North Carolina Tar Heels. Two big things for the Terps in this game. Justin Shockey was excellent at the faceoff X. Maryland ended up dominating most of the time of possession in this game. And two, Connor Kelly always seems to show up against the Tar Heels. He was dominant again tonight with 4 or 5 goals, if I believe. It's the Pacific Coast Shootout, held in Costa Mesa, California about every year now. About 7,000 people, a sellout, made this event one of the coolest things to do in California tonight.
This is Peter Kerchumpus reporting for Inside Lacrosse here at Koskinen Stadium in Durham, North Carolina. It's always a one-goal affair between Syracuse and Duke, and today proved that once again as the two teams played through a 15-14 decision in the favor of the Orange. Syracuse was able to take the lead, keep it, maintain it, lose it, and then get it back throughout the game as Duke struggled offensively to get its pace. And 13 total turnovers didn't help their cause whatsoever. As both goalkeepers, Danny Fowler and Dom Maradona, made 13 saves apiece. It was Brendan Bonberry's 2 of 4 goals on the day, and Jake Trimboli's game winner that made the difference in the Orange winning this one.
Colin Rutan's goal with 1:46 left in overtime gave Denver an 11-10 win over Towson. The end of the game didn't lack drama or controversy. Towson scored 2 late goals from Jean-Luc Chetner and Matt Severo to knot the score at 10. The Pioneers looked to have scored the go-ahead goal on a buzzer beater when Colton McCaffrey caught a feed and tucked underneath his defender for the finish, just to have it waved off as the ref said it didn't cross the goal line before the end of regulation. Ethan Walker had 5 goals to lead the Denver offense, but the Tigers' Shane Brennan was up to the challenge, making 13 saves. Trevor Baptiste was a dominant 21 of 24 at the faceoff X, notching 2 goals in the win. His 7 ground balls moved him to second on the NCAA all-time list with 558 for his career. Both teams enter league play next week, as Denver travels to the East Coast for a date with Georgetown, and Towson heads north to take on Hofstra.
I'm Lena Welch at Stadium, where it was a tale of two halves as Hopkins pieced together a dominant 13-goal run to defeat UVA 15-13 for the Doyle Smith Cup. Hopkins trailed 9-2 at the end of the first half as Alex Rode had a huge day in the cage with 7 first-half saves for Virginia, and Dox Aiken had a first-half hat trick. The Blue Jays used a 6-goal run to begin the third quarter to cut Virginia's lead to 9-8. Hunter Moreland scored the final goal of the third quarter for the Blue Jays and won 7 of 11 faceoffs in that quarter to aid them in their run. Hopkins also scored the first 6 goals of the fourth quarter, jumping out to a 15-11 lead before UVA scored the final 2 goals for the 15-13 score. Hopkins was led by Kyle Marr with 4 goals, Cole Williams and Connor DeSimone with 3 goals apiece, and Joel Tinney with 2 goals and 3 assists. Virginia's Dox Aiken had a career-high 6 goals, while Ian Laviano had a hat trick and Michael Krause had 2 goals and 5 assists.
Hey everybody, this is Jeff Shannon with Inside Lacrosse. I'm here at Ridley Athletic Complex, where I just saw the Bucknell Bison beat Loyola 12-11. In a major Patriot League upset win, the Bison were able to take out Loyola 12-11 in Baltimore. A 4-goal run between the third and fourth quarters was the difference in the Bison's win. Attackman Will Sands finished with 1 goal and 4 assists, while attackman Connor O'Hara added 4 goals. Midfielder Reed Malice also had a big day, scoring 3 goals and 2 assists. Faceoff midfielder Jared Witzel won 15 of 27 faceoffs, including a big 6 of 7 faceoff win performance in the third quarter. Loyola freshman attackmen Aiden Olmstead and Kevin Lindley combined for 9 points, but in the end it wasn't enough for the win. Both teams continue Patriot League play next week. Bucknell heads to Army next Saturday, while Loyola travels to Colgate.
Hey guys, Dan Arestia here. I'm up at Yale, where we just watched the Bulldogs take down Princeton by a final score of 16-8. The game started with a quick flurry of goals from Yale to go out to an early 4-0 lead against a Princeton zone that looked a little bit shocked by the Yale offense. Ben Reeves had a nice underneath goal fed by Jackson Morrill that really sparked this offense and started that run going. The story, though, was Connor Mackey. Mackey won 20 of the 24 faceoffs he took today, and Princeton was crushed at the faceoff X and in time of possession. Yale would also win 46 ground balls to Princeton's just 14 and outshoot the Tigers 51-20. The second half started the way the game did, with a flurry of goals, including some nice underneath dodges against short stick D-middies by Jack Ty and Jason Alessi. Tyler Blaisdell finished with 18 saves for Princeton. They'll try and get right against Brown next week. Yale, still undefeated in Ivy League play, welcomes in a Penn team that's been up and down but could be a problem for this team.
Navy upset a red-hot Lehigh team 10-7 to move to 4-1 in the Patriot League, causing a logjam with the Hawks and Bucknell at the top of the league standings. Sophomore goalie Ryan Kern was phenomenal, making a career-high 18 saves. Kern said after the game it was his goal to stay level-headed instead of getting amped up. That plan worked, as he led Navy and its tough D in a masterful effort, holding Lehigh to a season-low 7 goals. Freshman Christian Daniel continues to emerge as a go-to playmaker for the Mids, scoring 2 goals and 3 assists. Grayson Terrain, Casey Reese, Jack Ray, and David Little all had a pair of goals. Andrew Pettit had 2 goals for Lehigh, tying the game at 4 at the half, but a 3-goal Navy run to start the third opened things up for the Midshipmen, who moved to 5-4 overall in the season.
Colgate grabbed a key Patriot League win 8-6 over Army. Mike Hawkins led the way with the hat trick, and Griffin Brown added 2 more. Goalie Connor Mullins came up big with 12 saves. Vermont bounced back from their Albany loss with a 10-6 win over Binghamton. Rob Hudson led the way with 4 goals and an assist, and Ian McKay went 2-1. Goalie Nick Washuta made 18 saves to hold down the D. Danny Seibel's goal from a Colin Crowley assist at the 3:27 mark of overtime lifted Villanova over Fairfield, 13-12. The Wildcats kept building leads in the contest just to see the Stags claw back and even the score. Travis Ford led Fairfield with 4 goals. Villanova was carried by Seibel and Keegan Kahn, who each dropped 6 goals in the win. An OT score by John Wagner gave Marquette the 9-8 victory over Big East foe Georgetown. The score was Wagner's 4th on the day, leading the offense for the Golden Eagles. Goalie Cole Blazer made 15 stops in the win. Daniel Baccaro tallied 5 goals for the Hoyas. A heroic effort by Colin Duffy with 3 seconds left in regulation gave St. John's the 9-8 win over Hofstra. Joe Madsen had a hat trick for the Red Storm, but the Pride's Dylan McIntosh led all scorers with 6 goals. Robert Morris added another win, this time against conference foe Mount St. Mary's 15-5. Matt Schmidt and Adrian Torek-Orban each had hat tricks for the Colonials, but Alex Hager stole the show with 19 saves. UMass outlasted Brown in a shootout 14-12. Jeff Traynor led the Minutemen with 4 goals. Both goalies shined, as Hampton Brennan made 15 saves, but Phil Goss made 18.
That wraps up all this week's action. Thanks for watching the Epic IL Game Day Recap Show. For all things stats, scores, and other things lacrosse, please continue to visit InsideLacrosse.com. Make sure to check out our friends at EpicLacrosse.com for all the great gear they've got coming out of Minnesota.